Hello and welcome everyone to the 2010 Ford Ironman Wisconsin. We're down here in beautiful Madison and boy, we've got a great day lined up for you come Sunday. This is the Ford Ramp Up Show. Also, we've got Matty Lieto is joining us this week as the co-host, and he's coming from Bend, Oregon to be with us. Matt, it's great to see you, mate, and I tell you what, we're used to seeing you running around on the other side of the screen, aren't we?
Yeah. Usually I'm out there racing with the boys. I'm pretty excited this week to be here yapping with you while the race is going on instead of suffering out on course.
Yapping. Okay, we'll use that word, yapping. All right, this is the first race also for the 2011 Ford Ironman World Championship coming up next October. Some new rules are in effect as well, so we'll talk about those on Sunday just to give you an idea, just some of the swimsuits and water temperature rules. And we've got several different things that we'll be talking about during the weekend also. Okay, this venue is a great one. We're down here at the Lake Monona Terrace right now, and this is the site of the registration. It's also the site of the expo. It's the site of the finish line, so for many reasons, it's a good place if you're going to come down here on the weekend to come and join us here at the finish line. Absolutely fun things going on. So what do you think about that, the venue down here, Matt?
Yeah, Monona Terrace is it's a great place. It's easy for everybody to see what's going on. You can kind of sit in one spot and watch everybody go by. But more importantly, for the competitors, there's always motivation to keep going. As soon as you want to slow down, there's always someone cheering for you to keep going on.
Exactly, and you've done this race before, so you know that
have,
firsthand. Yeah. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the swim course here, and fantastic. We have 2.4 miles of swimming. It's a 2-lap course, and you'll be starting at the ski jump down there in Lake Monona. It'll be about a 100-yard wide swim start, and we'll be having up toward of 3,000 competitors starting out. The professional athletes will be starting a touch earlier than our age group athletes at 7 a.m., and it should be a fantastic swim start.
The swim is crazy. When that cannon goes off, it's kind of like a whirlwind in there. But I kind of just try and stay off to the side in my own little territory. But yeah, you're getting kicked in the face, you're getting swam over the top. For me, I'm not the best swimmer, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but I think that's part of get yourself ready and mentally prepared for that, and it's always, a good time in there.
Well, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? Not for me anyway, but it's going to be very exciting for the athletes out there. The age group athletes here are very excited, Matt, because, this race is one of those great races, the first qualifying race of the year, but the swim course here is going to set up. You caught up with someone during the week.
Yeah, I was able to chat with Kim Hager of the Woodlands, Texas. She's 39, and it's her 5th Ironman.
I chose this one actually because I grew up in Minnesota, and Madison's close by, so my sister's going to be here. The course itself especially the bike, is known for its challenging hills, rolling course. So I like to kind of pick one that's going to be a little tough like that. And then I've heard just awesome things about Madison and the community here and how they support the athletes out there. So.
Okay, she's from the Woodlands, Texas, and I tell you what, somebody else that knows a lot about the Woodlands, Texas would be my co-host today, Matt Lieto. You've been there before. You actually used to live there.
Yeah, I did. I lived in the Woodlands for about 2 years. My dad still lives out in the Woodlands. Excited to see that race. I was excited to see it come up on the list. Look forward to going out and watching it, maybe racing it. Haven't figured it out yet this year, but my dad's racing, so if he gets to the starting line, there's no doubt I'll be there watching. It's going to be a good event.
Maybe we'll see a Lieto trio with Chris, Matt, and your dad out there racing at the Woodlands, Texas.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, yeah, that was the Woodlands, Texas, and a great race coming up next spring in 2011. We caught up with Scott Endress from Spokane, Washington, and this is what he had to say.
It's the culmination of a whole journey that started a year before the race, so it's the end of everything and the beginning of everything all at the same time. So the last 400 yards, the crowd's cheering, and what's going through your mind is just all the work you put in, all the injuries you overcame, all the pain. The whole day was, it just boils down to that one moment. It's just amazing. You want it to end, but you don't want it to end all at the same time.
Okay, so the athletes this weekend to look out for, I was saying that there's upward of 3,000 competitors going to be starting at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, and some of those athletes are in our men's race. Who you got for us, Matt?
Yeah, it's a pretty good field out here today or this weekend. First up is a favorite of mine, Joe Gambles. He's from Australia, and he's ready to go. He's had some great races this year. It's his first Ironman, but should be a good one for him. Also, we've got Philip Graves, who's had some good Ironman experiences the last 2 years. He won Ironman UK, I believe, in 2008. Also, we've got kind of the flash swimmer of the group, John Flanagan. He'll be sure to have a 2 to 3 minute lead coming out of the swim and then putting together a solid race all around. Shouldn't be a dark horse, but one not a lot of people know just because he's from Switzerland, Stefan Riesen. He's won 2 Ironmans and been top 3 multiple times. So he's the guy with the experience. He should have a pretty solid race out there. He's going to be tough to beat. And as well, we have Sergio Marquez, who can run low 240s. So if it's getting hot out there, look for him to run through the field.
Yes, and on the women's side of things, Gina Crawford, she's a multiple Ford Ironman Wisconsin champion. She's also won the Bonita Ironman New Zealand championship as well, and she took down Joe Lawn on her home ground down there, so that was a big win for her. Look out for Gina Crawford. She's starting as one of my favourites. Desiree Ficker as well. She's also from Texas, and maybe she'll do the Woodlands, Texas next year, Matt, but we'll just have to wait and see about that one. Desiree Ficker, she last race in the Ford Ironman Coeur d'Alene. Didn't quite get to the finish line there, so she's hoping to get to the finish line here and put together a solid performance. Hilary Biscay, she's also a Ford Ironman Wisconsin champion, and she'll be coming here looking to get that championship back. She's looking forward to another great Ironman finish here, and look out for Hilary to be consistent as ever. And then the local favourite, Lauren Jensen. They call her Sharky. She's from the local area here, and she's a fantastic athlete. She's 42 years old, but she's still a pro and still going around. So that's your top 4 on the women's side of things. So the bike course here at the 2010 Ford Ironman Wisconsin. First of all, they start out by riding out on the helix here, down the helix, out of the transition area, onto John Nolan Drive. And then they get out into the countryside. It's 12 miles out to the city of Verona. After they get to Verona, they do a left-hand turn. Then they head out into the rolling hills toward Mount Orab and then over to Cross Plains. After Cross Plains, they head into Verona, where 10 to 15,000 screaming fans will be meeting them and enjoying them as they go by on the course for the first lap. They will do this 43-mile lap a second time, all the way back to Verona. They will do a left-hand turn and retrace their footsteps all the way back into Madison, where they will finish the bike course.
I've come and watched it every year, and the crowd is, in Verona especially, they have a lot going on. So during the bike, when you come through in Verona on the second loop, there's a lot of people there. There's bands, there's a lot going on there, and there's a lot of people even out on the road who just live on the road that are out to see you go by, which is nice.
Okay, we're going to go over to Matt Lieto right now, and what are your top 5 things of the week, Matt?
For this week, I'd say Madison, the weather has been off and on here. It can be really cold or it can be really hot. The year I did, I think it was 97 degrees and wasn't quite as prepared as I'd like. So I'd say prepare for the weather. Look at the forecast. It's going to be a little bit chilly. It looks to be mid-70s, but just a little bit warmer in the morning. Have some layers so you can take them off, but so you have the options to stay warm if it doesn't heat up as much as we think. Also, I'd say pace yourself on this course. A 2-lap course can be difficult mentally, but I think it can help you out as far as pacing. My thoughts on a course like this are, if you think you can go faster, don't. Hold back till the second lap on the bike and the run. I think you'll end up doing better throughout the day because of that. One of the benefits of being here in beautiful Madison is the scenery and the crowds. The crowds are, like I've said before, some of the best in the sport. Use them to your advantage. Use the scenery to motivate you to keep on going. I think that's a pretty easy thing to do around here, and will help you keep smiling until the finish line. Also, I think because of that 2-lap course, nutrition can be a little bit easier. Try to gauge your nutrition by the laps. Set a goal on how many power gels or how many power bars you want to eat each lap, so that you can know if you've hit your nutrition goals or not. And then, like I said, continue to build through the race that way. Also, last but not least, Verona, a pretty amazing place to ride through. A lot of spectators, a lot of good music. Welch likes to say, keep $5 in your back pocket just in case you feel like a brat when you get to Verona. Have you had some good brats out in Verona?
I certainly have had some good brats out in Verona. Went out there and checked out the course myself, and there was a brat stand out there getting ready for the weekend, so I stopped by and had a brat sandwich. Beautiful. The 2010 Ford Ironman Wisconsin run course, 26.2 miles in length. After the athletes leave the transition area, they'll run up to the state capitol building here, which is right behind us. They'll do a left-hand turn all the way down onto State Street, and then they will make their way out to Camp Randall Stadium, where the Wisconsin Badgers will be playing this weekend in a home game. The athletes then run over to the second lake here, Lake Mendota here in Madison. They will do a U-turn there, all the way down to State Street again, which is a very popular street here in the Ford Ironman Wisconsin. Another U-turn where they'll find their way out of the farthest part, but the closest part of the course. A little bit tricky, yes, but they've got 6 miles to run all the way back in to the Capitol building on this winding course for a second time. 26.2 miles in length, and that's it for the run course.
Because it goes through a campus. The school is on, everybody's here. So with 40,000 students, people sitting on their lawns, drinking and yelling at you and all that stuff, it's just a phenomenal experience.
The age group message today is being brought to you by Avon, and that is, if you are trying to get out here for the first time and get through this race, take it easy. Get out here on this challenging course, because this race course has a little bit more to offer than most courses. So if you're doing this race for the very first time, just get out there, use your nutritional plan right down to the T. Use your legs, use your head, especially on the second lap of the bike course and of the run course. Use the crowds in Verona on the bike to give you a little bit of a boost during the day. And when you get onto the run course here, there are thousands of spectators lining the course, so use those to the best of your ability and use that excitement to get all the way down to the finish line. The second part is, if you are trying to qualify for the 2011 Ford Ironman World Championship, this is the very first race, so you know that you're in for a great race today. Don't blow it early. Get to that finish line, and that way you'll stand a very good chance of qualifying for that race.
We were able to talk to a local eatery earlier this week, and Greg, they had some advice for you on the local grub to get while you're in Madison.
Not again.
I think Wisconsin is famous for a lot of things, namely cheese, beer as well, and bratwurst. This bratwurst we get from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, which is the undisputed bratwurst capital of Wisconsin. And we also serve it on a Sheboygan hard roll that we have shipped in from Sheboygan for the authentic bratwurst experience. Welch, you have to come down to the Old Fashioned and try our Wisconsin bratwurst.
Okay, mate, what do you got in the way of weather for us tomorrow?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 75, 0 chance of rain, so the elements aren't really going to bring a challenge to this race, just the course and yourself.
Okay, so join us tomorrow at Ironman.com and IronmanLIVE.com for the audio and video all day long. We'll be with you from very early in the morning, and don't forget to join us at IronmanLIVE.com and Ironman.com. Okay, this has been brought to you by Ford today. Ironman Live, bringing the Ironman experience to you.